Welcome, Taurus, to your weekly reading. This is for the 10th to the 17th of November. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you for this week. Taurus, I'm going to start off by looking at the possible energy beginning the week. We will then look at your possible challenges, if any. Thirdly, we will look at messages and advice from Spirit. We'll then move on to see your unexpected blessing coming through this week. And finally, the possible ending of the week. Taurus, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to start off over here with 8 of Swords and 2 of Wands. And we're looking at the possible energy beginning the week. Now, Taurus, what I see is that you have been spending a lot of time thinking and planning something, my dear Taurus, that's going to affect the overall big picture of your life. With the globe here and the van, I have this feeling you're thinking of either moving, it could be you're planning to change your lifestyle in some way. This could be, Taurus, that you're planning to leave a certain situation and to move to something new. But I do see you really looking at all the different avenues and aspects of what this is for you, and you are anticipating when, where, and how you can do it. Now, what I see at the beginning of the week, my dear Taurus, is that something causes you to go into 8 of Swords energy with regards to whatever this is. Now, 8 of Swords is a feeling we have that we've got no options, no choices, no possibilities, and it can get quite overwhelming. So it could be, my dear Taurus, that you receive some bad news that puts a spoke in the wheel. Say you were hoping to relocate to a certain country. You could hear news that getting the visa is very expensive and very challenging, and this could cause you to go into 8 of Swords, thinking now, okay, what am I going to do? All my plans have fallen apart. I can't believe it. I've got no options. I'm never going to get that visa. I'm never going to be able to put my plan into motion. Now, Taurus, all you need to know that 8 of Swords is an energy that's very real, but it only happens at a moment in time. As you can see, this young girl is actually free as she looks at herself in the mirror, but she sees herself as blindfolded and tied, no possibilities around her. All you need to do, my dear Taurus, is look at whatever this is as simply a bump in the road. That's all it is. There is going to be a way around it. As we can see with this young girl, she's actually not tied up at all. This could be, my dear Taurus, that you've just got to find another way to get to your goal. Maybe there is another way to get the visa. Perhaps, my dear Taurus, you could find a job first and they could sponsor you. There is always a way around it. So at the beginning of the week, don't lose hope, don't lose faith in what this dream is for you. Remember, what could happen is just a bump in the road. You are free, you are not tied up, you are not blocked or stopped from your dream. There is going to be a way forward. Let's move on now and see what your possible challenges are. And we have 3 of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. Now, my dear Taurus, this is a very interesting message, and it could also relate to what we have seen and spoken about. But for most of my Tauruses, I do believe that this is actually a bigger message. What I see happening for you this week is that you are going to be coming to terms with something that has happened in the past, Taurus, that caused you Three of Swords. Now, Three of Swords, as you can see, is not an easy energy. It's an energy of having our heart stabbed. And this could be through being hurt, lied to, let down, disappointed, somebody betraying you, somebody gaslighting you. It could have been anything. But what I love to see is that this week, you, my dear Taurus, have decided enough is enough. I've done my healing. I've done all I can going over this energy. And I feel for many of you, there's just this natural feeling of, right, it's time to move onward and get back in the game again. So this could be, Taurus, that you were severely hurt by an ex-romantic partner. And now, this week, you decide, right, time to plant my pentacles in an empty field. Let's see who's out there. Let me start dating again with a fresh attitude and see who comes my way. So actually, I think this is an incredibly positive message, Taurus, because you are consciously letting go of disappointment and pain, and you are looking ahead to your future with a lot of hope and excitement. So that being said, I don't foresee any big challenges coming through for you this week. Let's move on now and see what Spirit would like to share with you. And we have Queen of Swords and Justice. Taurus, Spirit is seeing you this week as Queen of Swords. It doesn't matter if you are masculine or feminine. It is the energy of Queen of Swords I am speaking about. And Spirit wants you to work with your mental capacities, to think things through, to put emotions to the side this week, because when emotions come in, they can cloud our judgment, and Spirit wants you to be logical, practical, analytical, and very smart this week as you move through everything that comes up. Spirit wants you to yield that sword and cut away at anything you feel is blocking you and stopping you. And think it through, my dear Taurus. Don't let the energy of overwhelm come through and stop you. Take that sword and do away step by step with anything that could be a hindrance and a stumbling block. When you work with our Queen of Swords energy, this is our no-nonsense queen, you are going to be able to bring balance, harmony, and stability back into your life. You are going to be able to do away with the Eight of Swords energy. And I do feel for many of you, you're going to be able to cut away any of these cords that are connecting you, my dear Taurus, to this broken heart. You will understand, right? This has happened, it hurt dreadfully, but it belongs in my past. I am focusing on my now and the beautiful potential my future holds. So, dear Taurus, strong advice coming through there from Spirit. Now let us move on and see what your unexpected blessing is this week. And we have 7 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. Now, Taurus, this is wonderful, because what we are seeing here is that a particular dream of yours that has just remained up in the clouds, up in the spiritual realm, has great possibility of coming down and manifesting in some way this week. And I do feel it is because you are working with Queen of Swords energy. Not taking any excuses from yourself, from people around you, and really being smart about what is going on. What I am saying is that what you do this week is you get practical about this dream. You think about it logically, right? What can I do to make this now a reality and you get down to business, my dear Taurus. I see you working at it. It could be that you're doing research, you're making notes, you're thinking things through, and step by step, you're going to bring this dream into reality. Taurus, if this, say, is a dream you have had, my dear Taurus, to start your own business, doing something you're really good at, and it's just remained up there. This week, what I see is that you're going to start doing something actual. It could be simply as calling up an accountant and a lawyer and getting the right information from them with regards to how you go about setting up your business. It could be, my dear Taurus, that you create the first load of products that you want to promote and you test it out on family and friends and get their honest feedback so that you can improve and perfect whatever your product is. I see you working at it, and as you start working at it, what you're going to find, my dear Taurus, is that things are going to progress step by step, and before you know it, you're going to be working in your own business. Now that was just a simple example. This could come through anywhere, but I see you putting your plan in motion. Let's move on now and see what the possible outcome of the week is. And we have 7 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. Now, Taurus, this is a very interesting message because what I am seeing here is that you have a great sense of accomplishment at the end of the week. It's almost like, look at all those people around me who told me I would never have my own business. I would never be able to relocate to that dream country. I would never meet somebody. But I stood strong. I knew deep inside that I was going to do it. So you have this lovely sense of, I knew I could do it, and I was right. We see, my dear Taurus, that at the end of the week, you have moved into 9 of Pentacles. And 9 of Pentacles, as you can see, is a wonderful energy of creating abundance and prosperity for ourselves. You do this, my dear Taurus, for yourself. You are already at the end of the week encapsulating this energy of, I am moving into my abundance and prosperity. I've worked hard for it. Look how far I have come. I see you with that smile on your face. I see you surrounded by the energy of prosperity. All you have to do now is work with this energy and let it grow and become something stable and something of substance. Let's move on now and get a message from your guides for the week. Right, let us see now what Taurus's guides would like to share with them, please. And you have new life, Divine Mother. Taurus, there is this wonderful energy of new life coming your way. And we saw this with Knight of Pentacles, you moving on and planting your pentacles in a fresh field. And we saw this as well, my dear Taurus, with you moving with whatever this is for you into your 9 of Pentacles. This energy of new life, or this beautiful energy of these flowers and plants, are connected to our Knight of Pentacles and our 9 of Pentacles. You are moving into a new life where this energy of abundance and prosperity that you have created for yourself is waiting for you. All you have to do now, my dear Taurus, is acknowledge where you're heading, give it time and attention so that it grows and blossoms in ways you haven't yet begun to imagine. That's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful week, and I am sending you all so much love.